Hello there, and welcome to this week's media news with me, Gareth O'Connor. To kick things off, Apple, truly huge. Of course, you know that iPhone 5 is now with us, but I just stumbled across this article over the weekend. It was quite interesting. The sales of the iPhone 5 could grow the US GDP by as much as 0.5%, which you think that's not a lot. But when you think of the whole country, that's quite significant. That's $3.2 billion by the end of this year. That's amazing. Um, are you happy with the new iPhone? Well, a lot of people have said it kind of relaxed the wow factor. But I would say the biggest thing for me on a new iPhone is this new Passbook app, which effectively is a mobile wallet, really. So it goes competing head to head, I guess, with the Google Wallet. You know, Android, currently the biggest player in the smartphone, or biggest operating system in the smartphone space. iOS, obviously, in second. So a good way of Apple, obviously, competing directly with Google. I guess pretty much like with iTunes, you store your credit card is stored on your phone, and you can start to make payments with your mobile. Kind of cool, I guess, from this fact that here's a shop that you can shop with your mobile coupons, deals. All sent direct to your mobile, paid for with your mobile. So I guess it's a big step for mobile, and I guess for me, the biggest part of the new iPhone 5. Cheerio to the desktop. Yes, I have made quite a lot of comments lately about how the death of the desktop and why there's not really a need for one. But Mark Zuckerberg, he spoke at TechCrunch Disrupt last week, and he only really spoke about mobile, to be fair, and he said that they fundamentally underestimated how good mobile is for them. And I guess when you think now that over half of their users are now using mobile, and pretty much only mobile, they see there's far more opportunities for them in the mobile space than there is in desktop, which I guess is the same for pretty much everyone. Think of a retailer, more opportunities for you in mobile than there are on desktop. But I guess, users are spending more time on Facebook than they are via desktop, so it makes perfect sense for them. And I guess from Facebook's point of view, they have to do everything they can to monetize their platforms, because effectively that's what they are, an advertising platform. It makes more sense for them to focus on mobile. When it comes to travel, it's all about mobile now. This is kind of interesting. So FlightView did some research on airlines and airports recently, and it revealed that travelers fly with more connected devices. So pretty much, everyone has a smartphone now. 82% of travelers have a smartphone, which is amazing. American stats, I guess, but it's quite amazing. Laptops, tablets, e-readers obviously on the rise. 37% of travelers now have tablets. Obviously speaking to a lot of business customers. Wi-Fi is one of the biggest frustrations at airports, both in-flight, 31% satisfied, not good, and also Wi-Fi in airports, less than half are satisfied. Demand for mobile communications is on the rise, so this is kind of looking at what people want. Flight status, boarding alerts, seat upgrades, coupons, standby status. This is the sort of information people want direct to their mobile when they're waiting for the connections, status of flights, gate locations, what directions to get to next gate, food and drink options. People want to be able to know everything, and they want it all in the palm of their hand. So again, this is not just thinking about airlines, this is for any business. It's all going mobile. Self-service is a huge thing that people want. They want to be able to boarding passes self-sufficient. Rebook other flights via their mobile. Check terminal maps, shop, restaurant locations via the mobile. View position on standby via the mobile. Transport, book transport, ticket upgrades, flight information. Everybody wants everything to come to the mobile handset. So I guess from a mobile point of view, looking at airlines, this is not just for airlines. I think for me, this is for every business. Be focused on mobile. Pay attention to the mobile user experience. Capitalize on mobile point as a point of sale. Keep passengers informed. Keep your customers informed by what's going on with your business via mobile. Enhance the Wi-Fi experience. So everything there, I guess, apart from Wi-Fi, unless of course you're a retailer or a company where you have your own premises, where Wi-Fi would be good, but certainly it goes to show that more and more people need to focus now on mobile. And make sure when you do it, the user experience is good. First and foremost, just get yourself a mobile site. Retailers, they've found, again, it's kind of the big thing, retail, it's all about going mobile, but retailers in the US have been very slow to adapt to mobile. Shop.org, which is part of the National Retail Federation, and research group Forresters have found that 50% of players in the sector invested less than 100 grand on smartphone-related schemes, and 72% invested in tablet-related schemes in 2011. So pretty much nobody is investing anything more than 100 grand. When you think of your whole marketing budget, 100 grand is a small sum. But what they've said, of course, is that mobile retail it is still in its infancy. And of course, unlike e-commerce, it's all very much consumer driven because no one's going to spend money in it unless consumers want this sort of technology. And of course, consumers now do. Smartphones certainly are one of the #1 shopping aids when it comes to retail. Maybe not quite so much here in NZ yet, but certainly in the UK, Europe, and America, smartphone and retail is huge. Consumers want this. So really the consumers who are going to be, the retailers who are going to be leading the charge are those who are going to invest in mobile. But what they've found though, this year, only 9% said they would take a similar approach. So they're all starting now to invest, apart from 9%, in mobile. And what they've said is the average company should commit $207,000 to schemes for mobile and tablets this year. It's a pretty big uplift from 55k for 2011, but still, it goes to show people are now focusing on mobile. You remember Google Glass project? If you haven't, obviously go and check it out. But I did say a while ago they were going to be launching this for real, and it appears they're kind of on their way now. At NZ Fashion Week, there were many models on the catwalk who were wearing them. So I guess these are coming. Pretty cool piece of tech. Makes me wonder, yes indeed. You'll remember this, you may remember this. This is one of my favorite ads from the Super Bowl. Very good. They've actually made some more ads. This the Kansas City, where obviously the Bears made, just hosted the baseball All-Star game, and Jose Canseco made a series of ads. But here's one.
1985. That was a great year for you, Kansas City. After that, everyone said you guys went into a slump. You didn't go into a slump. The rest of the world started cheating. Here's to not cheating, KC. Sometimes last place is first place. This way?
They made quite a few of them. They're kind of fun. And they've also now just made this, but strangely enough, they do nothing whatsoever to support or promote their content. Now, of course, content everyone knows is king. And a lot of brands will spend an awful lot of money trying to push really average content. But these guys are doing nothing. I don't know why that is. If anyone knows, do let me know. But here's a new thing that they've done. I'm not going to show you all of this. You can go and see this in your own time if you wish. But here's a little snippet.
Hey, pass me a beer.
You get the gist. It's them passing the beer in lots of very weird ways.
Hey, pass me a beer.
It goes on. But it's kind of strange that you think, they're obviously going to the heart of making all of this content, but they're not doing anything to promote it. If you have good content, do what you can to promote it. Nothing really ever goes viral without support. Very seldom. Don't get me wrong, some do, I know. There are some cats or kids biting fingers. But to be fair, most branded content, you do need to support it to get people to watch it. Anyhow, moving on. Google's knowledge graph is put to good use. Not really media news, but still, it's fun. You'll remember the 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon game, where you obviously find a movie star linking back to Kevin Bacon in no more than 6 degrees. Well, Google's knowledge graph, which effectively you can't really argue with, because of course it takes everything that's going on the internet and everything that everyone's searching, has come up with a way of making this easier for you. Go into Google, put in Bacon number and any actor you can think of, and it will tell you how they're separated. Very good. If anyone finds anyone who's 5 or 6, do please let me know. They do have to be movie stars, or people who have appeared in movies. I haven't managed to find anyone more than 3, so go and check that out. Shira Coke is here. And utilising social media, Kiwis have been asked to put forward 50 new names to appear on bottles. Really good campaign, award-winning campaign, very simple campaign, really. Put people's names on bottles and allow them to share a Coke with a friend. Brilliant. Won lots of awards, but of course it's here now. And you can go into here, the New Zealand page, and you can put forward names to be added into this. And of course, those bottles will then be produced here. Really nice idea, simple. But a great way of, because people think, oh my goodness, great way to engage your customers. But really, it's just putting names on bottles, brilliant. But you can go in there, 150 names will be put forward. Well, 150 names currently exist, but they're going to add another 50. Social New Zealand, we are very social. 2.2 million people now on Facebook in New Zealand. Here's a little look. They've put together this, well, Social Bakers have put together this thing looking at most engaged brands. Average post engagement rate, daily page engagement rate. There you can see the formulas, how they work this out. Most engaged brands. Well, brands with the biggest fans. New Zealand 100% pure. Good to see 2 degrees on... I'm not on there. We've got... and then we've got top 10 media owners, so Ford, NZ Herald. And then we've got most engaged brands. Sorry, so I'm jumping ahead of myself. So good to see 2 degrees on here. Telecom's also on there, bit of competition. So this is top 10 brands by average engagement. Lindau leading the way. Top 10 brands by daily page engagement rate. Telecom also on there. Telecom 2 degrees in the top 10. Gotta love New Zealand. Canterbury of New Zealand, top. But some big brands in there. And when it looks at the most socially devoted brands, Skinny Mobile leading the way. Vodafone also there, McDonald's there. But a nice little tally, they're going to show what brands are engaged. But of course, for most of these brands, it's very commitment. You know, they commit to social media and they spend a lot of time on it. They also have social media manager or a social media team, but they do a lot and they push content and they're committed to doing it, which of course you have to be. I wonder and I hope if winning online will mean winning in the real world. Well, a lot of this around now, of course, with the American election, and of course I think whatever happens in America has effect on everyone else in the world. But good to see, I mean, I'm obviously for Obama myself, but good to see that most things Obama's winning in the social sense or the online sense across blogs, Twitter, Facebook. Comments, of course, he's winning on views, not winning on comments, but of course most of those comments for Romney could be detrimental. But I do hope that this sort of thing will be reflective of who actually votes. Here's hoping. But most of the activity is happening on Facebook, no real surprise there. Social sharing, yes, is shaping the way that TV, or social is shaping the way TV viewing with the youngsters. Some recent research that 60% of social media users have discovered a TV show they watch regularly through posts on social media. This figure rose to 24% for 18 to 34-year-olds and up to 30% for 15 to 17-year-olds. So 30% of 15 to 17-year-olds watch a program now through someone recommended on social. 11% of interviewees often interacted with other people about the programs they are currently viewing via social networks. So again, 11% of people are often talking about TV on social whilst they're watching it. Once again, the uptake was even higher. 15 to 17-year-olds, 22%, and 18 to 34-year-olds, 17%. So a fifth of people are talking about the programs they're watching whilst watching it. A brave move, some may say, but a brave move that became very wonderful and very big. So this is the band called XX. They shared a new album, Coexist, with a single fan outside of London last week. One fan to see how quickly it would spread. And it spread very quickly. 24 hours after the stream was shared with one fan on Facebook, the site crashed from millions of streams, with the average user spending 2.1 hours on site. It's amazing. And also a nice visualization always helps. This is obviously showing how it shares. You can move the graph to see where it goes. But a lovely demonstration of the power of sharing online. It also helps, of course, if you get onto the homepage of Reddit, but I guess people have to share it to get it onto the front page of Reddit, but still, very cool. Lady Gaga pushes the boundaries again, this is another music thing, but it goes to show how people want more. It's no good anymore just releasing an album. She's releasing a whole multimedia experience with videos for each song, background music, extra music, content, Gaga-inspired games, fashion, updates, magazines. Everything she's doing, so of course you've got to download the app to get this. But it's amazing the lengths that people are now going to. You always have to go over and above just what it is that you're selling. Simple message won't do anymore. You have to do more. Multimedia, multiple channels. Broaden your narrative arc. ASOS Urban Tour, this is a very good piece of work. I do, go and check this out, it's on YouTube. But it's won many awards in Europe and the US. The challenge was to target men in Europe and US 16 to 30. The insight was, of course, that these people needed more than just traditional advertising. They needed to be seen as ASOS as a lifestyle choice made by those with fashion, urban, street credentials. So, What did they do? They launched ASOS Urban Tour, featuring the world's first shoppable videos, so you could highlight bits of the video and shop from the video, which is very cool. That took users on an interactive tour of the coolest cities around the globe and featured the best young talent in each of those cities around the world. Really nice idea, made an awful lot of content, but it was content that mattered to its target audience. Made ASOS really a lifestyle choice. They had great content, great bands, artists, sports stars, but a really nice idea, and going over and above just putting your banner ads on digital places, actually producing something that matters, that gives value, that engages an audience. Really nice idea, but go and check it out. Got an everyday service run-of-the-mill product? Make an entertaining ad, why not? This is entertaining.
Trafik præsenterer Bussen. Chaufføren er cool, jeg er cool. Toplækre sædepladser. Gigantiske panoramavinduer med imponerende udsigt. Designer ringeklokker med cool funktioner. Gratis håndtag. Den er stor og lang. Den har sin egen bane. Ja, den er street. Og den kører også om natten. Jeg er stadig cool. Ja, bussen er cool. Så stå tidligt op i morgen og få en god plads. Midt trafik. Vi skal nok køre dig.
Why not? And last but by this is again speaking of run-of-the-mill. Bacon, pretty run-of-the-mill. Here's an interesting way of selling bacon.
I'm Josh Sankey. I know I don't have much time before you go look at cat videos, but I need your help. See, this guy at Oscar Mayer thinks their new Butcher thick-cut bacon is so good, people will trade their stuff for it. So right now, I'm crossing America with no cash and no cars. Just a refrigerated trailer full of this badass bacon to barter with you for everything I need. Seriously, it's like this. Lemonade? Get bacon for it. A spare tire? Get bacon for it. A spot on your couch? Get some Butcher thick-cut bacon for it. While I'm on the road, I'll be posting what I need at baconbarter.com. If you have what I need, let me know using Twitter, Facebook, or email. If you're on my route, we can meet up, barter for some of this meaty goodness. How much bacon will you get? Depends on what you got.
Interesting way to sell bacon, but why not? Makes a lot of content, kind of engaging. Another good mode of transport piece. This is the last thing for me this week. This is very nice.
En gang til. En gang til, bare en gang til. En siste gang. Please! Bare en gang til.
Setting fire to our insides for fun. Collecting names of